Yes, my content on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. The past since April, right? Since April, I've had the worst consecutive months of being a business owner. Just being completely honest. It's been the worst time in my life in general. Like a lot has been happening, like personally and like business wise. And yeah, like I've lost inventory, physical inventory. I've lost a lot of money. I've lost a lot of time. I've lost a lot of tears. I lost a lot. And I'm still like currently in the middle of a lot of things. And, it's very, very, very discouraging. I walked in my warehouse today and I had more broken inventory from shelves breaking, sinks breaking, me losing papers around my warehouse. All that happened today specifically. And it sucks. It really sucks. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, girl, just get another phone, did it. Like, nah, it sucks, when like you feel like you put in all this hard work and things just keep happening. I tell you this all the time, and we've had this conversation one-on-one. It's like, do we really want this? Like, do we want this business and do we want to do this thing? And of course, my why and your why is completely different, but I don't have anything else. Like, I just have my businesses. Like, it's not like I have a job somewhere else and I'm doing this on the side or whatever. So me making money to literally live every single day is a little bit differently than, someone else that may, they're trying to start their business and like they're struggling with like their content or something like that. And I was pissed. Like I was pissed. I was frustrated. I cried a little bit because I've been tired of crying. Cried a little bit. Got a little bit motivation from like my boyfriend or whatever. And then I was like, all right, well, I guess I better write out a new plan of what I need to do. And stuff. Like I literally had to take a deep breath and reassess what the rest of my week was going to look like, because not only do I got business stuff and I'm trying to do that, but my sister's birthday is this weekend, so I'm like planning a birthday. I go out of town next week to a whole nother state, to 2 different states. So I already had a plan in place, and today just put a rift in my entire plan. And instead of me going home and just being upset, which I could have, I had to put on my big girl panties, figure out what I was going to do, and write out a list of things that I needed to do to come back from, this day. So no, like my phone didn't break or something like that, but I still have bad days as well too, right? Some days I'd be like, I'll throw the talent on all this. I'll close all these websites down and I'll go back and get a regular job type stuff. Like I have those days. Like, like I have a college degree. I can go back and, get a job if I want to and explain my, gap year or whatever. But it's like, that's not what I want. That's not the life that I want to live. And, sometimes we got to pick ourselves up because we are the ones that have seen the vision from, either the Lord or like a dream or something like that. So you got to find, different reasons when you're stepping back and when you're breathing and, when you're, just trying to assess to make sure that you're doing, like everything that you need to for, your goals and stuff. And you said, I really want this, but I had to take a step back and ask the Lord if I'm going down the wrong path. I wrote the list and I made a plan A, B, and C. I think that's good if you feel like that worked for you. I only had plan A. There is no plan B for me. There is no plan B because he told me very clearly. And I've never, I have technically questioned him. No, actually I haven't. He told me I was supposed to leave my job and all this and that. And I've just asked, why was I going through turmoil? Not why he asked me to leave my job. I know very clearly that I'm supposed to be working for myself. The business that I have now, I don't know if those will be the same businesses in 5-10 years. But I know that whatever I'm going through now is going to be for whatever like my life has for me. I've never been like, is this the wrong path or anything like that? I'm speaking of me. I'm not saying this is the same for you. But I know that during the time that he told me the vision, that I had a great relationship with him. And I heard him very clearly that I was supposed to, for one, move to the state that I'm currently in for my business, and that I was supposed to leave my job that I have for my business. But me thinking like, okay, cool, he told me this, everything gonna be good, everything gonna be bread and butter, and it hasn't been bread and butter. And I'm like, this is real funky, this is real stank, why are we going through this? But at the same time, it's like, what if I would have never gone through this stuff to know how to get out of this stuff? So I'm glad that I'm going through, whatever I'm going through currently now, so I know how to never get back to this place, if that makes any sense. So definitely take a step back and reassess, get back in devotional with the Lord, make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and things like that. But also I want you to know that, and I've probably said this to you before, I've said to other people as well too, nothing happens on our time. God's time is not even time. First of all, time don't even exist. Just be honest. Time does not exist. Time was created by humans to track the day so they can make money, like, to be completely honest, right? But like God's timing, right, and our timing is two different clocks. We need two different area codes, time zones, right? He on heaven Central Standard Time, and we all on the world. You know what I'm saying? So you could have been working on this business all year, and like you have, I've been here since the beginning, right? Been working on all this time. You feel like you're wasting your time. All these bad things keep happening. I'm getting sick. My phone, my tablet, my family, my job, all of this. And it just seems like it's so many things keeping you from what he told you, what you're supposed to be doing. But that's potentially a part of the journey. It could either be, from the enemy, or it could be from the Lord, right? But if you're not in devotional time with him to decipher where these things could be happening from, then it all could be just, you just don't know, you're just confused. But he is not the author of confusion at all. If you feel confused, it's most likely coming from an enemy, right? It could be a lot of different things. So, I tell you this every single week, every time, you talk to me about something, I tell this to anybody that comes to me all the time about, similar things. And I'm just like, if this is what he told you to do, nobody and nothing in this world can stop you from getting there. Like when I say, I can't tell y'all what I've gone through, because like one day, just while I'm still in it, but one day. But if I can go through all of this terrible stuff, so much money lost and wasted and everything, and still figure out and find the glimmer in the day, I know you can too. It's hard as hell. Oh my God, it's like the hardest thing ever, right? I get it. I 100% understand and get it. But you have to also get it yourself, right? You got this. Like, literally, I was told today, what you got is this. You got this. And I was like, that is so corny, but it was so cute and right at the same time. So if this is what you want, right, go get it. He gives us the desires of our heart. You're desiring this so much because he gave it to you. You didn't just come up with this out of thin air. He gave you the will to want to do that. You just got to find it. It's in there somewhere, right? You just got to find all of that so you can continue to move on. What if you don't launch until next year and things like that? That's fine. Like, that's okay. People work on launching for months, years. Like, we don't know that, right? But things happen. Life happens, like literally. Like Kim was asking me earlier about like the 14-day challenge. On day 3, life was whooping my butt and I wasn't even consistent. Like, stuff happens, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to give up and like we're never going to do a challenge again and I'm just going to stop posting. No, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out, right? So we going to do it. You say you want to do it, we're going to do it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to do all of that. Like, let's figure it out. And honestly, me doing this, my friends and family are inspired to go after their dreams. See, like, come on, man. Like, bro, okay. I could be having the worst day. Today wasn't a bad day because I've just learned, like, I'm not going to let stuff turn my whole day around, but I've had terrible days. And on some of those same days, I've had past friends, not friends, but people I used to go to college with, or like people that I probably went to high school with, or just like other people that I still talk to and stuff. And people are like, you know, Red, like, you're always an inspiration to people. And I look up to you because of this, and like, I wish I can do this, and I'm so glad that you're still sticking with it, and da-da-da. And they don't know I was just crying for 30 minutes because of whatever the reason was, right? And I'm like, even though to me, I feel like I'm going 50 steps back, right? There are people who are being touched somehow, even if it's unintentionally, because I'm not intentionally trying to show nobody to do nothing, right? But people are inspired in different ways, not to maybe just start a business, but to just do what they want, right? Like, there are some people who want to have an entrepreneur like life and, you know, course and stuff like that. But when they get around other people who are already currently doing it or learning or whatever, it gives them a better drive as well. Like, I literally have people in my life currently who they already had an LLC, but they wasn't doing anything with it yet. And they like bought like courses from like say like Airbnb type of webinars, like Amazon webinars, but like they just haven't done nothing with the information. And I've gotten to contact with these people recently, and they're like, yeah, bro, like, you, like, I know you're having like these days and that and whatever, but like, you're still getting up to do all this stuff. I feel like I need to get up and do my stuff. Doing something completely different ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing, but they're just feeling the fire under their own butt because they're talking to me on a consistent basis, like as just like friends or like whatever, just, or like high and by, like passing through. And you never know. You just never know. Like, that's not the same situation with, you know, everybody, but you never know. So, yeah. I know you want this, and it's going to happen, but you gotta stick through it, persevere, be resilient, and work toward that goal. I saw a video earlier, and I've seen it before. It's on my personal page though. It's I follow Steve Harvey. Love Steve Harvey, not because he's funny, not because of any of that, but because of his life. So of course times were completely different back then, right? But when Steve Harvey was 26, he had nothing. He was flat broke, barely had anywhere to stay, all of that, right? He met a couple, and I don't know if y'all heard this story, but he met a couple, excuse me, that owned a furniture store. And at the time he had like a carpet cleaning business, or he was trying to like make money, like doing something with like cleaning carpets. And he met the couple that owned the furniture store, and they gave him a contract with their store to like clean people's carpets or something like that. Like, get your carpet clean before your furniture gets delivered, something like that, right? Then the next year, when he turned 27, he decided to take his comedy a little bit more seriously, and he wanted to start traveling and stuff for his business and stuff. And the couple, the same furniture store couple, decided to put him on their travel agency, like company card or something like that. Like, I can't remember. Basically, like they were going to pay for him to travel. They was just trying to support him. And I think he said he ran up like traveling bills up to like $10, $11, $12,000. Like it was like a lot of money. But with that time period where they were helping him out, paying for travel and food and all that, is when he got his start in comedy. And those people helped him, right? So he was 27 when he decided to take his craft seriously. And of course, there were people there to like kind of help him out. But he was 27 and he's however old now. Like, I don't even know how old. Let me see, is Steve. It's a lot of more Steves than I thought. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is 65. Steve Harvey is 65 years old. So literally 40 years ago, right? Now, of course, Steve Harvey has been famous for a very long time, but he didn't start when he was a kid or he was in high school and he had this much capital and like this business credit and whatever. Like, half this stuff was not even super important to the masses. Social media was not even a thing. None of this stuff was like a thing for real when that started. But throughout his life, stuff has happened. And now he's sitting at 65 years old with so much in his portfolio, like TV host, judge, comedian, a whole bunch of stuff, right? And all of that stuff still took time. Like, it still took time, right? So I don't want you to think that, okay, well, I see all these people on Instagram and this person is my age or she's younger than me and she's making this amount of money and selling these products and blah, blah, and I'm just so behind. You're not behind. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Literally, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Like, comparison is the worst thing ever when it comes to anything, but especially being a business owner on social media in 2022. Like, it is terrible. Oh my gosh. So what everybody else is doing, let that be what they're doing. That's their journey and that's their path. That's what God wants for them. Whatever you are currently going through is also a part of your path and your journey, but it's also a part of your testimony as well. It took 5 years for my business to blow up or to do whatever. Cool, because it took somebody else 10, right? But it's not like we're comparing the time frames. That's just how long it took for you. It took somebody maybe 30 days to go viral on TikTok. It took somebody else a whole year. We got to just keep moving with what we're moving to. If God gave us a vision, it's going to happen. He always keeps his promises. One thing he's going to do is keep his promise. But if you don't stick with the work that's associated with that vision and that promise, you're never going to see it. Because we still got to work during all of the faith believing that the things that he said is going to happen. Definitely. So I'm done preaching for the night. But it's hard, bro. It's hard. Like I said, I'm still in the middle of a lot of stuff and I can't wait to be out of it so I can talk about it. But until I'm out of it, this is a part of my story. This is a part of my testimony. This is a part of real life that people sometimes go through. And it's also a lesson for myself to never be in this situation ever again. Right? So I'm in a very, 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 to me, long learning lesson. And it's probably because I missed something that I was supposed to gain earlier on. And since I missed it, it's kind of like you go to school and you skip school, right? Like you skip like 2 classes or like your math class on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday it's a pop quiz. And you're like, whoa, I missed all the information given. And now you're struggling. And now you're trying to catch up because everybody turned in their paper and you're still just sitting there. That's how I feel about where I am right now. I'm still sitting in my teacher's room still taking the test because I missed the information for whatever reason. So it's the same thing with business and God and all of that. Like he does give us lessons throughout life and stuff like that. But if we do not get out what we need from that, we're going to have to learn all over again and then delay our blessings and spend more time on doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it could be a lot, but it's very much possible. If I can continue to get up every day and figure it out, I know anybody can. Literally, I know anybody can. So, yeah, that's all I got. Oh, excuse me. That's yeah. So, definitely for both of y'all, but like, you know, still you just never know who needs that. But yeah, that's like I said, that's all I that's all I got.